Welcome to week 4 of the spiritual preparation of the counting of the Omer. We are in week 4 of 7, moving from Passover to Shavuot. We're now a month into this spiritual preparation period where we are getting ready to receive wisdom and Torah, and we are working on our inner lives and our relationship to the world around us as a way to prepare to receive wisdom, deeper wisdom. And this week we come to the week of Netzach, and Netzach means endurance. And as I thought about Netzach, I thought, wow, what an incredible period of endurance, spiritual endurance, all of us have been living through with these COVID times. And I know they've all affected us differently, feeling compassion for those of you who've lost loved ones, who got very ill. And for others, I know that you have gotten ill, but you were able to move through it without too much harm to your life. And that all of us collectively have lived through this period of, and are living through this period of pandemic that affects just every aspect of our lives. I had a high school student, my dear beloved, who had to miss prom because of COVID this year, because he got COVID. So I just wanted to take a moment of just compassion that I feel from our last week together towards all of us who've been living in a tremendous period of Netzach, of the need to persevere and to continue. And it reminded me of the midah, of the deep spiritual value of patience, savlanut. And in thinking of Netzach and of savlanut, I thought about how in each of these, in the need to persist, and in patience, there's momentary patience, of course, but what I'm really drawing up is the energy of Netzach, which is really chronic, ongoing patience, chronic patience that we need, and how to cultivate that. And one of the things that we find in patience is there's often when we don't have it and we don't feel the willingness to persevere, is when we get very short-tempered in terms of time, when our sense of time shrinks and we don't have a spaciousness around time. And so what we can do in cultivating that sense of perseverance and of patience is to see if we can open up time and our relationship to it by how we approach it. And to feel in our bodies when we start to feel contracted, like there just is no time for me, there's no time for you, none of this is possible, this is not going to happen. And see if we can bring in a sense of widening in time, what I would call revach, which is widening, a spaciousness. One of the spiritual goals we're looking for is to have room for all parts of myself, for you, for the world around me. And to make that room, I want to invite us this week to do a breath practice. So if you want to, you can bring your hands into a ball shape, a breath ball. And we're going to look at making some space, some more spaciousness, so we have a place to cultivate when we start to feel very limited in our ability to persevere and to feel patient with what's going on all around us. So the first thing we're going to do with this breath ball is we're going to take a breath that goes side to side. So let's try that. We're going to breathe and widen. And then come back in on the exhale. Again, a widening breath. And an exhale. And if this is strange or unfamiliar, because this is not usually the way that you breathe, you can put your hands on the sides of your ribs if that helps. And go ahead and take our third breath, widening side to side. Back in. turns out we have many directions that we can breathe. So that was side to side. Now I'm going to invite you to breathe up and down. So we're going to take a breath in, going up and down. And down. And breath in. And out. Really thinking about going down as much as we go up. Here we go. Down. And up. Good. Now let's think about going forward and back as another way that we can breathe, creating more and more room for ourselves to have expansiveness. So we're going to breathe forward and back, forward and back. I invite you to put your hand on your back so you make sure we're going back. Sometimes it's easier to go forward, so let's breathe back and forward. One more time, back and forward. And now I invite you to see if you could do two of those directions at once. We have side, we have up and down, we have forward and back. How can we bring in side, side, forward, back, up and down, side, side. Forward, back, up and down. And then, see about bringing all three together. It's a fully expansive three-dimensional breath. I invite you to play with this all week long, breathing in all directions, making more expansive room for yourself in time. There's no magic pill to gaining endurance or patience, but there is an intentional spiritual practice of feeling inside yourself when you feel like you don't have space, there's no room, and to see what you can do to invite room. Patience is very active. I know often people think that, oh, I'm just going to sit there calmly and go along with whatever happens. That's not the process of patience and endurance. It requires daily, ongoing commitment to cultivate patience and endurance. And I want you to think in your mind that patience can be very physical, that you can work on breath, that you can take a walk when you're needing more patience. It's this idea that Adrienne Rich said in her poem, "A wild patience has taken me this far." So I wish for you a practice of patience this week. May you rely on your breath. May you rely on your movement of your body. May you rely on great, great compassion for how long this has been for us to make the patience, to make room for ourselves and others inside of us. May you have a week of patience and endurance. May you have the week you need to have.
Say